Hello, welcome to the first episode of the Biz Brain here on YouTube. And today we have huge news coming down, and that is Candace Owens from the Daily Wire has been fired. And today we are on Twitter/X to learn more about her firing. So I was actually just scrolling through Twitter, or X as you know, and I clicked on a couple tweets that I thought were interesting concerning Candace Owens. Some podcast she was on, I can't remember what it's called, but the credit will be at the end or when we're watching the video together. But yeah, let's get started into this video.
You use your brain too much.
So this tweet is from the legendary Energy. Daily Wire and Candace Owens are done. Everyone in conservative media knows you get blacklisted, smeared, fired, canceled, badmouthed behind the scenes, and harassed if you don't abide by the anti-Semitism speech laws being passed into legislation. So this actually includes a video, so let's take a look at this video.
That if you do not step out and say things that are radically pro-Israel, or if you are too quiet on certain narratives and they want you to be radically pro-Israel, you can lose everything. That's truth. That is a fact. I'm not feeling like I need to hide from that anymore or be afraid to say it, rather, is a better way to say it, because I've endured this for years. I'm just at the end of my rope. I have given so much rope here and I am just done with it.
Wow, that's crazy. So she made it clear that she is done taking BS from anyone. Let's take a look at some of these tweets. The Texan dog dad, excuse me. My gut instinct is that I'll end up on Candace's side on this. But really, this is a bad thing overall for the conservative movement. Infighting only helps liberals, and I hope we move past this quickly. That's a great point. Her and Crowder got in a beef a couple years ago, which we'll take a look at some tweets from back then later in this video. But I hated that because it's like they're supposed to be on the same side. We're supposed to be teaming up together. But infighting is just awful. I absolutely hate infighting. But this is a couple times that Daily Wire seems to be in charge of this infighting that we're seeing. All right, this tweet is from Unhealthy Truth on Twitter. Candace Owens posted this 18 months ago. Today, she was fired by the Daily Wire. Do you think the Daily Wire should have fired her for this? Please let me know in the answer below. I really want to know yes or no. Of course, Candace Owens, real Candace O on Twitter. My crime is that I do not believe that American taxpayers should pay for Israel's wars or the wars of any other country. I will not change my mind. So the question is that, will you do to me next? Or what will you do to me next? Excuse me. The world is watching. Twitter, at Miss Little Boot. She needs to go independent anyways. The Daily Wire is too tainted by Shapiro's hardline Zionism. I feel like Daily Wire also got tainted really badly with the Steven Crowder issues. But the Unhealthy Truth responded, Janet, the fact that he pushed the shots and called people idiots for not getting them, plus super hardcore Zionist, really bothers some people. It is sad that he pushed his own followers to get the shot and shamed them to do so. That was one of the things I didn't understand about Crowder back then, is he really pushed the shot, which he was like one of the only conservative people, at least mainstream at that time, that was getting a lot of momentum. So I always thought that was weird. All right, next tweet. This one is from at Callan Archer. Breaking: Candace Owens has left the Daily Wire after a tumultuous couple of months and a fight with Ben Shapiro over the Israel-Hamas war. Free speech may not be that free over at Daily Wire.
Guys, it's Candace. The rumors are true. I am free. Welcome to my locals page. So much to talk about. Obviously, I'm going to take a couple of weeks here just to rebuild and to refocus and to create something that is actually mine and something that can't be threatened or taken because it belongs to me. I can't tell you enough how much your support has meant to me over the years. We're just getting started. Join the locals page. Obviously here you can support me and my work as an independent journalist, as an independent podcaster. We're still going to be doing 5 days a week. There'll be tons of announcements coming in the next couple of weeks. And I guess the last...
See, like that's so exciting. Basically just being able to be your own boss. I don't understand why more people don't do that route. one of the things that Crowder was mad at was he didn't really want to work under the contracts of Daily Wire. He wanted to go on his own. More respect to him, but a lot of people from the Daily Wire were kind of poking sticks at him, saying, "What the hell's wrong with you?" But as you can see, Steven Crowder is still maintaining a huge following, so more power to him. Let's see if Candace Owens can do the same. I know that she's a mainstream superstar now, so I can't imagine her having a hard time creating her own branding or imaging, I guess you could say. So this one is from @LegendaryEnergy. I believe we just looked at his tweet a couple tweets ago, I believe. Steven Crowder drops the news on Rumble Video that he is going through a divorce, basically accuses Candace Owens for extortion and hints he might be taking legal action if needed for anyone else discussing his divorce in a way he deems too far.
Now, some of these threats were so thinly veiled that I'm frankly surprised you didn't all guess immediately.
Steven has a lot going on, I guess is the best way to say it. He has a lot going on, and that should be clear because people don't do stuff like this if there's not a lot going on in their lives. I would like to implore my audience and everybody that isn't paying attention to this situation not to condemn him, but to pray for him. Sometimes people need a prayer. Sometimes people need a scripture. You know, Steven purports to be a Christian. I am unsure at this moment if it is my place to say more than that. You know, maybe if I feel in further defense, some things should be said, or maybe if I feel that the public has a right to understand certain circumstances.
All my children have a right to privacy. Now, some other issues have been, or I should say, inferences have been more pernicious behind the scenes.
See, that's the thing. Candace Owens, during this time period, she came off very poorly, in my opinion. Claiming that Steven Crowder is a Christian, that I'll be praying for you. I really did not care for that look that Candace Owens was going for. She seemed very snooty. But let's take a look at some of these comments from almost 2 years ago now. This is from Josh B. Messenger on Twitter. This is a wild rant. He legit saying divorce should be permitted if both sides don't agree to it. Insane. Steven Crowder is a clown. Steven Crowder came off looking very poorly in this one too, blaming Texas for allowing one side to want a divorce when the other didn't. All right, this next one is from the Chief Nerd. This is from a podcast called The Breakfast Club that occurs on iHeartRadio, I believe. But this tweet says, Candace Owens on the two-party system. They are all just puppets. You're watching a play. They are they are quite literally money laundering. When they sign these bills, the government only wants to give to you the bare minimum. But where is the rest of the money? They are stealing from American people. Any person that is running away, that they want to grow, the government is your enemy.
It's not even Republican or Democrat. And I want people to wake up to that because I'm not here like ride or die for Republicans. They all sell us out. Like the stuff that they did during COVID is criminal. It's criminal. And
expound on that.
I mean, the free handouts. First off, trillions of dollars. You're signing these omnibus bills. If you read into it, where that money is going, it's insane. It's literally going, to museums, boards of museums. They're quite literally money laundering is what's happening when they sign these bills. But they keep it.
It's such a great point. The two-party system is just trying to keep us down. I claim that I'm a Republican just because I do believe in a smaller government. I don't really like the ability to always be looking out for your neighbor. Really believe in just looking out for yourself. But yeah, that's a big issue. The two-party system just always kind of fighting, and then they're always trying to be on different sides, but they're secretly just working together. But this last tweet for this episode, this one I was very interested in. This kind of coincides with like the Nickelodeon issues that dropped over on ID, the investigation channel, whatever. I'm not sure what the initials stand for. But this is also from the Chief Nerd on the same Breakfast Club iHeartRadio podcast. Candace Owens on the relationship between Hollywood and the Pentagon. There is an entire department in the Pentagon. They get involved with films for the purpose of propaganda. They always have, even Transformers. They concealed about they're concerned about certain narratives. They get involved with the World of War films. How are we telling the story about history? Usually it's because we're lying about it, about what we did, or trying not to make Americans not aware of the crimes against humanity that we commit overseas.
I believe that Hollywood was created by the CIA.
Well, before we say Hollywood was created by the CIA, I guess I should clarify because, first off, you guys do know the Pentagon has a budget for film. Like there's a whole department in the Pentagon.
Know that.
That's a fact. There you go. That's all you need to know. There's an entire department in the Pentagon. They get involved with films, and they get involved with films for the purpose of propaganda. They always have.
What movies have
I
they
should have
produced?
said Pentagon instead of CIA. Tons of them. I should show you the list. You should pull it up. It's
Google it right now.
wild. Yeah,
Absolutely,
Pentagon
please.
Department for Hollywood. Tons of them.
I have to
Even
report this?
Transformers. Even Transformers. Because they're
All right, what do you guys think of this first video? What do you think about Candace Owens leaving the Daily Wire? What do you think about her and her past drama with Steven Crowder? Let me know down in the comments. I'm The Biz, and thank you for watching The Biz Brain. I'll see you guys next time.